think man of the match here is Holland or Rainier. I'd give it to Rainier because he set up 3 goals. I think that's just the way it was. Uh, it kind of just looks like this is all us. But dog, there were some moments because they did score an offside goal where I was like, "Whoa!" But it was offside. I seen a couple of things that were better than last season. First of all, it's only one game, so we're not overreacting. But it gives you so much things to just like look forward to. One, we look like we have some great offensive power coming off the bench. Marmoush and Turkey off the bench, really? Really? O'Reilly, it looks like he can play DM for us. Probably right next to. He looked way better against Palermo. Palermo are not as good as Wolves, so that makes sense. But as a DM, he kind of looked at a pace here. He looks better on the left back. So we'll see where Pep kind of stores him because I see this season Pep is kind of using a little black back three with Ait Nouri, or like Ait Nouri will push up and kind of play DM with whoever's like holding there. Nico Gonzalez, by the way. Nico Gonzalez, what do they give him? 8.1? He deserves higher. What a fucking game by him. He covered the most distance in a match. Oh, he was everywhere. You know, people are talking about, oh, Rodri's out. Man City should be worried. I was never worried. We have this demon on our team. We have the, and by the way, Pep signed a 2-year extension. So like all these players that we're signing, these are not for Pep like specifically because I feel like people think that everybody has to be a Pep type player. I know Nico isn't a Pep type player, but this guy is dead ass one of the best midfielders ever. Like, because imagine you put him in a midfield with Rodri. Now Rodri can go up front and go forward because like people think of Rodri as a DM, as this six who stays back and holds. And by the way, he can do six by himself with two tens in front of him. Rodri can do that. Nico Gonzalez can do that. I think what Nico Gonzalez really struggles at is his passing, and his offensive ability is not as good as Rodri. But he played 90 minutes. He had 2 shots. One was, I think they both got blocked. I'm not sure. 92% pass accuracy. Um, Covered 12.4 distance. He walked not. He ran 9.7 kilometers. Sprinted for 140 meters. He had 10 sprints, top speed of 27 miles per hour, kilometers per hour. He had 2 block shots, 93 touches, 3 out of 3 successful dribbles, 1 out of 2 50% long balls. He won most tackles. Dude, he just played like he played as that guy sitting back. He allowed Bernardo Silva and Reinhardt. Bernardo Silva, he played well today too. He played like his old self. He pressed. He got the ball. He made some things. I didn't like his crosses though. That's why I think we really need Foden back in the squad. It's tough because Oscar Bob played incredibly well today, but I really still want Foden back in the squad. Shout out to Oscar Bob. He can come off the bench, but Foden, like he can get those crosses in, and I think Foden just has that little like cut, you know. I don't think anybody else has that on our team other than Marmoush. Marmoush has that striking ability for sure, and Rainier, he probably definitely has that ability, but we haven't seen it yet. Bob, he doesn't give me that cut in and bang type of feeling. I know he's done it in the past, but I have this like I don't feel it, you know. Kusanov came on for Stones. By the way, John Stones starting. Holy shit! Like I could go from like you see all greens other than this yellow. Oh, Doku, you played terrible today, but Trafford played well. He did his job. A whole back line did well. Ait Nouri, I don't know how Ait Nouri got a higher defensive rating, a higher rating than Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis was amazing today. Defensively, he did his job. Offensively, he can get into space. He can, he can, he can really like his positioning is really good. And since he's a smaller guy, like I really think that he's really good at like collecting the ball and holding it and dribbling it, which is crazy. But he's just really good at that. You know, he's probably I keep saying smaller guy. He's not even that. He's probably like 5'8", 5'9". But you know, like compared to everybody else on the pitch, John Stones did his job. Thank God you subbed him before he got injured, though. Please, John Stones. John Stones, please don't get injured this season. John, we need you. You're our number one center back. Like, if you ask me, 2 center backs you'd want to start, it's Stones and Diaz. Those are our like on paper, those are our 2 best center backs. Gavardiol is number 3. So if Gavardio wants to play, he could play a left back, and you can put Ainuri on the as a DM or something. Uh, like I'm not dropping like me personally. John Stones at his best, Diaz at his best, Gavardio at his best. I'm starting Diaz and Stones. Those two guys are disgusting. Nico Gonzalez obviously did well. Captain Bernardo Silva, he did his job. He did well. Um, he was the most accurate passer. I think his crosses were kind of ass cheeks. He covered a lot of distance, created some chances. He really did well for what he was supposed to do. He popped up everywhere on the pitch. He's pressing well. He's making good passes. He's making good runs. I just hated his crosses because I felt like they were going nowhere. Reinier's good man of the match performance. First game in the Premier League, and he's playing like obviously he was Serie A midfielder of the year, so he's not a scrub obviously. But this is a new team, new environment. He's never been to Wolverhampton before, but dog, he just walked in like I own this place. I own it. I'm him. Oscar Bob did his job. He was amazing today. His dribbling, his passing. There was this one point where he was like four people on him and he was dribbling. Holland, yeah, Holland does what Holland does. He's the GOAT for a reason. Doku was terrible, but I'm gonna say this about Doku. I think Doku's gonna have a good season, but specifically against today, they were fouling him a lot. They were fouling him a lot, one. And two, it was kind of like 2v1ing, and like he wouldn't like, cause like I was saying that earlier in the season, I knew we would kind of spread out wide and kind of hold that like width, so Doku didn't have to. But Doku was kind of on the touchline the whole game today. Like, can I see his heat map anywhere? I don't think it'll show me his heat map. Wait, does it show me heat map? No, it doesn't. But yeah, yeah, I can't say he did horribly because there were circumstances in which, but even in those circumstances, he was very predictable. He didn't create anything. He didn't really have a good like time where he made one good cross in the beginning of the match, but Holland didn't like read that. So Holland could have 4 goals today. If Holland read that pass, that was a goal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tejas Nunes, he came on, took Rico Lewis's position. He did all right. Um, I think he did do defensively better than Rico Lewis. But he was down there a lot more. I think Wolves had more of the ball down there. So like during that whole first half, Wolves kind of was in their back half trying to protect their goal and all that type of stuff. But in the second half, especially when Rico Lewis got subbed off, he did his job as a defender. I didn't really see him going forward as much. Nico O'Reilly did terrible, got a yellow card. He felt out of it. Like I didn't see him do well like at all. Like he didn't like everything he did just seemed wrong. Marmoush came on for Doku. He was doubled. He's not really a 1v1 type of guy. He's a guy who gets in behind. He's not a dribbler. He can pass the ball for sure, but he's not a guy who's like a take your guy on 1v1 dribble type shit. He's not that type of guy. He did do his job. Shout out to him. I think there was one time if he got a touch, he would have scored, but he kind of messed up that first touch. But me personally, I'm starting him over Doku next game. Me personally, because Marmoush can offer that threat and behind. Doku is better at what's it called? Um, Going against lower blocks where he has to break down a defense. We're going against Tottenham next game. Tottenham are not gonna they're not gonna sit back against us and absorb pressure. They're a big team. They're gonna play against us. They're gonna try to play with us. So I think me personally, I'm starting Marmoush on that. I'm starting Ryan Cherky as well. If Foden's not fit, Cherky, Marmoush, and Holland should start as the front line. And then Kusanov came in for Stones, did his job. But yeah, let's look at the facts. We had more possession, we had more expected goals, more shots, more big chances. Looks like we had more of the whole everything going on here. Where's the stats? Stats. Yeah, we don't really need anymore. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Glad we glad. I'm really glad started off the season really well. Holland extended his goal scoring streak. He scores every time against Wolves, but he also scores every opening day. Very good opening for Man City. Only bright thoughts ahead. Let's go kill it against Tottenham. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Some more different videos are gonna come soon. I know I've been doing soccer shit, but some other shit's coming.